My name is Derek Silva. I'm a research analyst here at Infotech Research Group, and I just hit my 3-year anniversary here.
My name is Nate Robinson. I'm the help desk manager at Infotech. Been with the company for just shy of 8 years now.
I'm Mike Batista. I've been with Infotech for about a year. My specialty right now is mobile devices.
My name is Casey McEwen. I'm a senior infrastructure technician at Infotech Research Group. I've been with the company almost 10 years now, so
wow.
I'm probably one of the early pioneers of Infotech.
The one I'm working on right now is called the Network of the Future. Build the Access Network of the Future.
Oh, wow.
So we're looking at where the access network is going now, so how end users connect to the corporate network.
Recently, I've been working on several vendor landscapes around data center networking and WAN optimization. Before that, I also worked on our solution set around the IBM Power Systems set of computers. And right now, I'm just wrapping up the IP telephony vendor landscape refresh. So refreshing the one we did about 2 years ago. Well, I just did a call yesterday, and it was actually about search engine optimization, a topic I know a little bit about, and I also worked on a project on it about a year ago. And basically, this client, their company had 17 disparate websites around various products, and their customers were actually telling them, we don't know what you do. You have all these different brands and product names and things like that, and so the company actually built a completely new website around all their products. It only took them about 3 months, which is an amazing feat.
Yeah.
Built on a content management system very much based around IT being in control of the website. And so now they wanted to obviously optimize the amount of traffic they're getting to the website without essentially paying for it through search engine marketing. So we talked about a couple of things. First, they don't have a web analytics solution in place to track where people are coming from, how they're finding the website, and things like that, and which pages are most popular. So that was, the very first thing they need to do: get an analytics solution in place, run it for about a month, get some numbers behind them, and then we started talking about doing the basic things. Meta tags, keywords, optimizing the text on the page to account for which keywords people were using most often to find the website, and just really bringing those things to the fore without doing it in a malicious way, the way content farms have been known to do.
Right.
So that you don't actually get penalized for those search engine optimization techniques.
We have a 3-person help desk team that manages 275 end users. So I guess it was Halloween, last day of our fiscal quarter. We have all of our reps using Salesforce, and Salesforce decided to die. About 2 hours left in the selling day on the last day of our quarter. So we have about 85 reps using Salesforce. All of them were basically handcuffed to do work for 15 or 20 minutes until we could get the resolution back from Salesforce to get them up and running. So it wasn't too much we could actually do to help, as it was on Salesforce's end, but there's a lot of hand-holding to be had when you have 80 people that can't do work.
It's probably my most memorable story would be back early 2000, earlier this decade, just after the big blackout that sort of took out all of the Eastern Seaboard. It was late fall, just before Halloween, and we got this really bad windstorm, and then it started to snow, and the leaves weren't off the trees yet. I didn't think anything of it, but I was a bit nervous because after the blackout, we lost a few batteries that were protecting some of our critical systems, and we were waiting for those new batteries to come in, and they hadn't come in yet, and then we got this frickin' windstorm and heavy snow. The leaves are off the trees, so there's all this snow. So my phone goes off in the middle of the night that we're on UPS battery systems again, and I'm thinking, oh man! And I had basically tied some systems over into other UPSs, so I was sort of overloading those UPSs while I waited for these new UPSs to come in. So I jumped out of bed and got in the car and I tried to go down the street and it's lightning and it's snowing. I'm going, this is really freaking weird. It's lightning and it's snowing, so it's really bad and it's windy. And this tree comes down on the back and hits the back of my car, so I can't go down that street. So I try to go down another street and a whole bunch of snow falls off of somewhere and I can't get down that street. So I turned the vehicle around and I got stuck. So I had to go around this huge block and then basically I got to the office, it was like, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning, and I decided to sleep there because by the time I got to the office, the power had been restored. So I said, you know, there's no sense going back home because all the trees are down on all the streets that I live on, so I said, screw it, I'll just sleep here. So I have a cot that I keep downstairs just for this reason, because, you know, we're a young, starting, small company, and I didn't want to, I couldn't afford a bed here, so I decided to buy this little cot, so I slept here. And
Wow.
That was my, that's sort of my most memorable story, right? For the most part, yeah, I think so. I think, you know, if I was to think of myself, I think IT people sort of get the self-satisfaction out of, just out of the work that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, while I think I can speak for a lot of IT people like myself that, you know, we're not really into the hoorah-rah, you know, great for so-and-so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and big recognition. We sort of get that satisfaction out of, you know what, that's kind of cool that
Mm-hmm.
actually made that work, you know, or, you know, configured that, and, you know, it's sort of cutting edge and it was new and it's actually working, you know, so we kind of get that self-satisfaction of making things work. And
To a certain extent, we sort of, the way that our IT shop is built, we have our hands in pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we work on sort of recognition within the group before we sort of concern ourselves with recognition within the company.
Right.
But being as entrenched as we are in sort of the day-to-day operations of different groups in the building, we get more recognition than a typical IT shop may receive. I think it's great. As I said, we're not necessarily an atypical IT shop, as we do get recognition that most don't. IT in general is sort of a behind the curtains kind of department.
Wizard of Oz.
Exactly, yeah. So anything to really get it out there and promote that sort of feeling of worth within your organization or within IT as a whole, I think is definitely a benefit.
that's perfect. I mean, absolutely. If it's celebrating achievements and accomplishments are important. So I like that idea.